The ECWM podcast has been brought to you by Benelli. Dominate the skies.
Kent Cartridge, Canada. High quality, high performance shotgun shells for waterfowl, turkey, upland, sporting clays, and more.
Sitka, turning clothing into gear.
Maritime Dog Training, because I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Offering obedience training of all levels, service dog and retriever training in person or online. L&M Trailers, offering trailer rentals and sales in Woodstock, New Brunswick.
Big Owl Decoys, high quality silhouettes and accessories for waterfowl, turkey, and sandhill cranes.
East Coast Calls, offering high quality duck, goose, and turkey calls built right here in the Maritimes. Gentlemen, welcome to the ECWM podcast.
Welcome. Good to be back.
We've got Matt here across the table. We got Rowan, and on the phone we got Mr. Julien. What's going on, boys? It's been a minute or two.
It has been a day or two, yeah. It has been a day or two. It's good to get her rocking again. I know that some people have been asking when we were going to do another one, and funny enough, I think we planned on taking this month and the next month off, but we ended up taking the 2 months before that off. Yeah. Just the way the summer kind of worked out. So
busy.
Yeah.
Holy frig.
I think everybody's had some unforeseen things pile through their lives there. So.
Oh, just a lot on the go.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. It seems like the older you get, the busier you are for some reason. Maybe we're just getting old and trying to make the most of what we got left.
Yeah, I think so. That's fair enough.
You know?
Yeah.
So what have you been doing, Julien?
Well, I've been dragging the kids around, sports, hockey, soccer. Been working at my house a little bit, getting ready for next season, lobstering. Keeping busy.
Oh, yeah. When's that starting? At the end of November, lobstering?
November the 26th or something, yeah.
All right on. So you got some time to hunt then this year?
I do, yeah. Yeah, sea duck season, eider season opens November 17th here this year, so I'm only going to get like a friggin' week of that.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Yeah, quite a few changes this year. What did you see for yours? I know a lot of guys are talking about it in Canada. They really, every 2 years we revamp our regulations, but it just came out, and I know that Delta Waterfowl certainly put out a good article about it, and a lot of people are talking about it. What were the big changes for you guys there?
Yeah, it's mainly just our eider season has changed. It's backed up to the 17th, which I think it might have been last year too. And you can only shoot 2 eiders, and only one can be female.
Yes, sir.
So only like 2 males or a male and a female, and only 2 per. And the scoters are down to 4, which they were 5 last year. You could shoot 5, now you can only shoot 4.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes,
and
sir.
The seagulls are just tearing the eider population apart, so just.
Really, eh?
Sounds like we need a seagull season.
Yeah, we do.
I'd enjoy that.
We should get Delta Waterfowl on that.
Would you say, Rowan?
I'd enjoy that.
Who would?
Seagull season?
Yeah. Seagulls are a beautiful eating bird.
Hell, I'm sure at one point they ate lots of them.
In Newfoundland, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they eat them.
Well, I guarantee.
Seagull stew.
Guarantee right around where Julien's from, they'd eat a seagull.
Oh, take out the giblets and boil the heads.
Barbecue them.
Barbecue the heads.
Yeah. Not even a question.
Yeah.
I could go for a good feed of seagull giblets and bills.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So another thing they did was they made the licenses free for the youth, which I thought was really cool. Super great.
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah. 18 and under. Yeah. Depending on your provincial regulations. I mean, if you're legal and able to hunt, I think they said 18 to 15 or something like that, or
Nice.
I could have that
That's
wrong.
awesome.
I should look that up. Yeah, yeah. So, and I mean, like, your license is free now, provincially, eh, Rowan?
Yeah, it was provincially it was for like 2 years, but then the federal one was still like $17, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But now that's youth hunters between 10 and 18. Sorry. Let me get that
Nice.
right. Youth hunters between 10 and 18, depending on province, can obtain free migratory bird hunting permits and habitat conservation stamps valid for the entire season.
That's awesome.
The current rules allow youth to hunt free only during special waterfowl heritage days, and I think they're getting rid of that. Youths would be required to hunt with an adult mentor, but mentors would also be allowed to hunt and shoot. Under the proposal, waterfowl heritage days would be eliminated.
Right on.
Yeah.
So just kind of let
This year at all?
What, Julien?
No Heritage Day this year?
No, that's what's proposed. Yeah, that they would just get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of went on to say the provision of free permits and duck stamps for youth hunters sends a strong positive signal that we care about hunter recruitment to ensure the future of waterfowl hunting. And that's a quote from Jim Fisher from Delta Waterfowl.
Awesome.
Yeah, waterfowl hunting participation has declined dramatically since the 1970s, and it's important for conservation that we reverse this trend. Removing the cost barrier will allow more people to take up waterfowl hunting and ultimately lead to a higher number of duck hunters. While we are disappointed to see the loss of waterfowler heritage days, we believe these changes will result in a higher overall hunter recruitment rate across the country. So here's hoping. You know, it's been going down for a long time.
Well, you get booked for free, and then they'll just spend their life savings on it later, right?
Right, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, yeah, you get your license free, but you know,
Yeah.
you'll
Like-
pay. You
It's like
everybody pays. Yeah, so that was really good. Anything else that stood out to you in yours, Julien?
I don't think.
Julien's
Never
from
really-
Nova Scotia, by the way, for anybody just
No.
kind of chiming in that doesn't exactly know where he's from.
I think we covered he's right on the nutsack of Nova Scotia, or the taint.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're a lobster fisherman and want to put your boat into their
There's no other reason to go.
wharf. Yeah,
There's no other reason to live here.
we
We got,
got.
we got sea ducks. About it.
Yeah. So what's the nesting rate of them looking like this year? You said the seagulls are being hard on them.
Oh, yeah. So there was 4 or 5 nesting pairs off the point there this year. And we've seen little ones like 2-3 days, and a week later, there's none left. The seagulls just destroy them. As quick as they pop out of the water, they eat them up.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they eating the chicks or are they eating the eggs?
The chicks.
Really? I figured you
They'll
meant
sit
they.
there.
I
they'll
figured
sit
they
there
were
and-
eating the eggs out of the nest.
They eat the eggs too, but they'll sit there and hover and wait for the chicks to dive under, and they'll just hover there, and when they pop up, bang, they snatch them one by one.
It's crazy.
It'd be a pretty hard life, you know, as a duckling trying to survive on the Bay of Fundy, you know.
Yeah.
Alone, like without any birds of prey or, you know, fishes of the sea trying to eat you.
I put a couple nesting structures, like eider nesting structures, on Reef Island, which is off home. And I was thinking to myself when I was setting it up, there must have been 300 seagulls there, just on the island, hovering around. And I was like, how do they even make it off the island?
They
Once the
don't
chick-
stand a chance.
Right? They don't have a chance to even make it to water, let alone survive a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would think after a couple weeks they might be big enough to not be
They'd
eaten
probably, yeah.
alive.
I don't know, them blackbacks, them big blackbacks, they'll eat almost anything, man.
Yeah, true that. And they're a freaking big bird,
Yes, yeah, they're almost the size of an eagle.
pretty much.
They're big.
Yeah, and you notice that with the sea duck population that you don't see as many every time you go down to St. Andrews or PEI for like a vacation.
No.
Man, we don't see anything for sea ducks like we used to. It's not even worth going for me, honestly. I
No.
don't even. I haven't gone sea duck hunting in a long while. It's
Well,
just a
here,
day bobbing around in the water,
it's
basically.
gone down a lot here too, but if you know where to go, it's still
Yeah.
worth the trip, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just, while you guys are talking, I was just looking down through the regulations there, and it's got a little asterisk, and it says new youth migratory game bird hunting permit. I'll just read a little bit about it here. It says waterfowler heritage days have been abolished and replaced with the MGBH, the youth migratory game bird hunting permit. For youth, which is referred to as what I just said. Hunters who are minors less than 18 years old, and then I guess we kind of talked about that. So that youth permit, as well as a Canadian Wildlife Habitat Conservation stamp, can be obtained through our online purchasing system free of charge.
Nice.
Huh, that's different, eh? Throughout the full open season and the special conservation season.
So that'd be the early goose, I'd take it.
Yeah. Like it's its own permit. Mentors must possess their own migratory game bird hunting permit. Must have held such a permit in the previous year and may accompany no more than 2 youth hunters. Mentors may carry a firearm and may hunt. For more information on the new rules pertaining to the hunting of migratory game birds. Okay, and then it talks about, just kind of goes on and talk about that stuff. So, I mean, that's good that they're actively, it's almost like our province. Like we've changed a lot of laws here.
Yeah.
In the past little while, so it's good when they revamp them that they actually get after it. Another thing that happened here is our early season limit went up to 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about that?
Yeah.
10 guys, 100 geese.
Limit.
Yeah, big limits.
Yeah, heck yeah. Hard to beat that.
Yep.
Waterfowling, like, it doesn't seem to be going down here as far as number of hunters and stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Countrywide, it might be going down, but it definitely doesn't seem to be around here. There's always a good pile of waterfowl hunters and new hunters out.
What did it say about being able to gift the meat to food banks?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was a few different things that they did there. Transportation of harvested birds by another person will become easier. Instead of the requirement to tag each individual duck or goose, groups of birds could be transported in a batch with one label, which is much better, especially if you've ever guided anywheres or it's a pain to have them all separated. Also, the new rules propose a free charity permit which would allow birds to be gifted to food banks and soup kitchens, as well as for charitable fundraising events, as long as the profits from the events are used for the conservation of migratory birds. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't have that here, like hunters feeding the hungry and things like that. They should.
Yeah, really. I mean, Lord knows our food bank here could definitely use it. There's a lot of people that are in need.
Especially with the cost of food now. A lot
Yeah.
of lower income people, they'll be living on craft dinner and water.
Yeah. So yeah, there it says in our regulations, limit for geese is 5 plus an additional 5 Canada geese or cackling geese in any combination in the early season.
Nice.
So our possession limit's up to 20 now.
For early season.
No, it
Possession's possession anytime.
Has to be all season. Yeah.
It does say that once the bird is processed and once it's processed, it doesn't count towards the possession limit.
That's always been the way, though. Like if you make bacon wraps out of it or sausage or whatever, then it's no longer a bird.
I don't think though that I think that we thought that but I don't think that was actually in print anywhere.
Maybe not.
That I saw. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things that you just never, it was sort of gray area that you didn't really know, but it says in here, under the proposed rules, once a bird is preserved, plucked, or the meat is removed from the carcass and then frozen, cooked, dried, canned, or smoked, it would no longer count towards a hunter's possession limit. So there, I mean, that's obvious that's kind of been an unwritten rule, and sounds like it's...
That makes it cut and dry now.
Yeah, and there's some other things about traveling with birds too. Harvested birds would still count on the possession limit until they are preserved, but now hunters would have the option of leaving either a fully feathered head or one wing attached for identification. So that's much better, really, because you take something like a sandhill crane or something like that. I mean, jeepers. Well, any bird really to have the wing on there.
It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
What a pain in the butt. It was just a pain not only to store them in the cooler, but to do it. And leave a wing on. What a friggin' just rigmarole. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's good. And then it talked about the batch label and the youth hunters. Other provisions of modernization clarify that it is illegal to use drones to aid in hunting migratory birds and illegal to abandon harvested birds. Even though you're taking video of just your spread and you're done and your guns are away, like, could you still, could that possibly still be considered a hunt? I don't know. So anyway, I think that's exactly what he was talking about. So.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, Wes? You been up to?
Well, since the last time we talked, a lot. I guess. Jace died in April. We got a new pup. We had spring bear season, so from like mid-April to the end of June, I was basically working 7 days a week, guiding and baiting and doing stuff like that. End of June, we've been into summer stuff and just having fun now. But
how'd your bear season go?
It was really good. The friggin' bear population is insane.
Yeah, unreal.
I've never seen this amount of bears. Like, crazy.
They can shoot 2 bears in the spring, can't they? Couldn't they buy another tag and shoot 2 if they wanted? Did anybody decide to do that, or?
Yeah, a couple guys did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Good for them. That's great, eh? That's a nice deal for them to be able to come up here, and if they do shoot one, they say, "Look, I want to get a bear under my belt," and then if they shoot one early in the week, at least it would give them something to do for the rest of the week.
Gives them the option to sit down and try to shoot a bigger one. So
yeah.
If they want to buy another bear hunt, I'm all about it.
Did they? If guys shot them early, did they fish or anything like that?
Every single hunter talks about that, saying, we'll go fish and we'll go 4-wheeling. But for the guys that tag out early, they sit around camp and chill out.
Right.
Every friggin' one of them, every time.
Yeah, happy to just chill.
They're happy to sleep in, get up, shoot their bow, shoot the shit, go help bait, stuff like that, get bait ready, and then just take it easy. Sit around, wait for the phone calls to come in for the evening hunt. But nobody does anything. They talk about it, but they never do. They just, I think people like to come up and just relax.
I think they do too, man. I think once guys get here, everybody's, probably pretty wound up to get out there and get in the woods and do their thing and happy to be on vacation and whatnot. And then, you spend a few, and the nights are late. Like, especially if you come in like late May or, mid to early June, like, geez, getting on to late June, like, geez, your sits on the stand are late.
You're in the tree hunting until almost 10.
Almost 10 at night.
And then by the time the guides get 3 guys picked up, the last guy's not picked up for an hour.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like, by the time we get all the hunters back to camp, it's basically almost midnight. So.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's a long sit, but.
And it's a lot of work. Bear hunting and bear baiting is a lot of work. You're putting a lot of miles on.
It is. It wouldn't be too bad if my day job didn't keep me away 4 days a week. So I was working 4 days a week, and then I'd get home Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm getting bear stuff ready. So
Right.
baiting and collecting bait and all that crap.
Right. What have you been doing, Rowan?
Work. A lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting excited.
What do you do for work?
Working at cars.
At a meat
Oh,
shop.
yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that is.
I do.
Yeah, Wesley definitely.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you guys are good to us this spring.
Working at a meat shop. Working on a farm.
Yeah,
Good for him.
taking care of all the animals mainly. But
Yeah, you were doing mostly the farm stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a routine at all that you do there every day?
normally when I get to the shop in the morning, there's a lot to do with like just whatever we have for meat orders that day. There's like someone needs a bunch of bacon or hamburger or whatever, we get that all wrapped and done for when they come later in the day. And then once that's usually done, it's go out and get it like mowing or trimming or whatever you need done. And once that's done, it's the rest of it's just work with the animals, get the animals all sorted out. Mondays are always the busy day. Like we get lots of hamburgers.
That's because you slacked off for 2 days.
Yeah.
Lots of hamburger you got to get done up?
Yeah.
Is there people that come for like weekly orders to do that stuff?
Well, the restaurants buy most of their meat on Monday.
Oh, yeah. Makes
Well,
sense.
they order it and then they come pick it up Friday. It sits in the freezer and freezes, and they get a big order for Friday so that they can last the weekend and then come buy more meat Monday, and it's kind of like a weekly thing with lots of meat on Monday.
They must buy a pile of meat at once.
Yeah.
Holy frig.
Donald has to order a lot of beef.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take a lot, wouldn't it? They'd never be able to keep up with that.
Yeah, well, we bag most of our hamburger for the restaurant, so it's not a lot of work that way. But then there's like the odd person that wants it all wrapped, and that takes quite a while.
He's definitely not afraid to work. I know there was some Friday nights there. We showed up at like midnight, 12:30,
Yeah,
and it's like they got to leave for Arizona or Indiana or wherever Saturday morning, and he'd have her done.
Yeah, he's
Crazy.
he's a hard worker, man. You
Yeah.
know, when Gerald Cole kind of backed away from his shop there, and Donnie started that one, he's worked hard. He's a hard
Yeah.
worker.
Yeah.
No question there. Puts the time in. So what are you looking after? Like pigs and cattle?
Well, the cattle in the summer don't need a lot done because they're normally out in the pasture and they don't really need to be cleaned out. The pigs, though, they're always in the barn, so they got to be cleaned out twice a week in the summer.
Yeah.
And then winter's a lot busier when it comes to the animals because the cows are always in the barn because it's cold, and so they got to be cleaned out pretty often.
Does he got a lot of pigs?
Yeah, I think we got like 50 pigs right now.
Oof. That is a lot of
That's
pigs.
a jag.
Especially, and it's pretty hot in the barn during summer, especially.
It would be right now, yeah.
50 animals in there.
Man,
Yeah.
I'd love to be in that barn shoveling pig shit at 32 degrees.
Right? Right? That's humble beginnings, you know. Everybody should
Yeah.
work on a farm or pick rocks or
I don't know anyone-
strawberries or something.
I don't know any
you know.
young fellow that didn't work his butt off when he was young.
Yeah, for a little
For
bit of
your-
money.
For your first job or two.
Yeah. So you've been building a few grass mats there.
Yeah, I got one done there last week. It's looking pretty good, but I need a lot more, and it takes a lot to do it.
Rowan's got a little boat there that he's
Oh,
planning
yeah.
on doing a little duck hunting down
Yeah.
the lake. We got him some decoys for Christmas, and yeah, planning on going on a
Might
few
as
little
well,
duck
man.
hunts.
Nobody hunts down there anymore. Like, hardly anyone.
Oh yeah.
And there's birds down there.
Like I saw there's this big merganser migration that goes through, and there's probably
Another beautiful eating bird.
Oh, jeez, I'll tell you what. If I
Yeah.
could fill if I could have 200 mergansers in the freezer,
Yeah.
that would be good.
Matt Wilson's favorite bird.
Oh, well, yeah.
Question.
Hey, don't think that you don't talk about that shot I made that time on that one.
On the big lizard in Forest Glen.
Yeah,
That was an epic shot.
it must have been 150 yards away,
Hey,
flying
Rowan.
full
It was a
speed.
trophy. It was a trophy
Do
at
you,
that.
Rowan, do you remember the shot the Bumpa made?
Oh, yeah.
We heard about that when you were a kid.
Remember that shot?
Remember that shot the Bumpa made? Yep. That'll go down the age as that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love me a good common lizard. Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, really.
You know?
Every time I've got a few in the freezer that I've been training with this year, and you could throw them. Your winger could be 500 yards away, and the dog would always see it. It's just a great big white marshmallow going through the air, and never fall apart.
They're tougher than an anvil.
I swear, yeah. If they had teeth, it wouldn't be safe to go outside because I know I ran through, I don't know, at least 8 dogs one morning, and the other birds on the other 2 that I was throwing had blown up, and the old lizard was still going strong. Couldn't beat him. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's cool.
That when you shot on should have been on the wall though.
Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't mind having one mounted.
It'd be neat to just have a whole waterfowl. All of them. I'd get every damn bird mounted.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever shoot hooded mergansers around here?
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
Huh?
I don't think you're allowed, are you?
Why not?
I don't know. I didn't think you were allowed shooting hooded mergansers for some reason.
Maybe not down there, but you can up here.
Yeah, I don't like shooting them here. I don't know.
You guys probably killed them all.
Killed them and ate them.
Foot meat.
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably a regional thing, Julien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you see some here for sure. Yeah. We used to see a few wood ducks here, and in certain spots, you'll still see them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the birds are almost coming down, and like their breeds. Like you'll see a bunch of mallards one week, and then the next week there's like 800 mergansers out there, and then another week there's a bunch of wood ducks. And
Down around the lake down there, I'm sure you do see those big migrations that divers come through. Because really, when you look at a map of the province, like if you look at the aerial view, like that's a big chunk of water. And really, if they stay on that lake system and hit that St. Croix,
Well, that's the thing. That whole lake system from here to the St. John River, all the way down through, it'll take you right down to, basically right down to St. Croix.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah.
So.
yeah, and the birds, they, like you said, they follow that system, but it goes all the way down to Fifth Lake. Like you got your river that separates it all, and they can follow the Nuxicade right up to the St. John, and the St. John takes them all the way up the top of the province. So.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to think about when they hit the province. I mean, I don't know how many go down that would maybe travel down through the center. I can't imagine it being that many, but I really feel like that river system on our side is what they're following, and then on the other side they're just following the coastline, because there's plenty of birds on the coast of down along the coast of New Brunswick. I know the boys over there do real well.
Yeah, like if you look on Google Earth, like the along the border is where all our fields are, and it kind of trails off into Maine a little bit, but it's just this big line of fields that go all the way down the west coast.
And it's certainly only getting busier.
Yeah.
Large companies coming down through.
Big company. Big company of mallards coming.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right over that hummock.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's good, man. No, that's good. The grass mat thing that he does is pretty cool, eh? You haven't seen those. I'll have to send you a picture.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you all a picture because it's pretty neat. He literally makes his own grass mats.
Maybe you should post it.
Yeah, I really should.
So are you weaving them all, basically?
Yeah. You got your big frame. It's just a big box made out of wood.
How'd you learn how to do that?
YouTube.
Same way everybody learns how to do everything now.
You, Dad. You
do.
showed me. No. So I went outside one day. I was like, what are you doing? Building a grass mat. I'm like, oh, good for you.
That's cool.
We didn't have the YouTubes when I was a youngin' like you.
Thank goodness we didn't have all that stuff.
Yeah, probably imagine. Yeah, probably better off.
Hard to say where we'd be right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So YouTube.
Yeah, I was strolling on there one day, had to make homemade blinds or something, and I found that. Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it was simple too. Like it was just a box, and then you got 4 or 3 pieces of wood up the top with nails on each end. So all you have to do is twist it each time. Then you get a big bundle of grass, put it in, twist it, and another bundle, and just keep.
It's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah.
It's quite a kind of a interesting little feat of engineering, to be honest.
So now that you're working, what are you doing with all your money? You saving it or are you
Saving
spending
it.
it? What are you saving it for?
Well, I was thinking about a 4-wheeler, but I'm probably gonna get a car now.
Yeah, cars. How old are you now?
14.
Yeah.
Turning 15.
Hard to believe, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, for anybody that's listening to this, when you scroll back through our videos, like, there's videos of Rowan all the way through. You can literally
Just a
watch the
little
kid.
Charlie Brown kid.
Yeah, you can literally
Bald
watch
head.
the kid grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
ever since we've been filming, you know, it's kind of cool.
That's a good idea. Save for a car. That way you can actually get a half decent one by the time you're almost 16 or so.
Yeah.
Well, that's what, you know, he wanted to get a 4-wheeler, and it's his money. He can do whatever he wants. But him and I talked about it, and I was like, you know, you'll get a lot more out of a little truck or something like that, or a
Yeah.
car. You know, geez, I traveled all over hell with that Echo of mine. There's
Yeah.
pretty big, you know, literally almost no place you couldn't go with it, you know.
Yeah. Danger Ranger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hanson's Danger Ranger.
Well, and you can't buy much now for a vehicle for less than $5,000.
Yeah, I know. That's
So
that's
you
the
got to save up some decent money to get a half decent vehicle that's not going to fall apart in a year.
yeah. You won't regret that either.
Yeah.
What'd you have, Julien? Didn't you have a little truck or something?
Jeep.
You had a
I
Jeep.
started with,
That's
Yeah.
right.
and then got a Toyota truck, and then I had that black Ford.
Right. Yeah, the step side.
Yeah, the one we got mired up in that potato field.
Period.
Why'd you quit talking?
I don't know how we ever got that thing out.
Yeah, we got that stuck. Julien was up here hunting like one of the first times he ever came up, and it was like
It was the first time.
it was the first time. It was like mid-November, and we were gonna hunt a potato field, and holy lightning, it was slick. And
It's no,
2-wheel drive standard truck,
Ooh.
snow on the ground, not much for tires.
no.
We got her out though.
Yeah.
Not sure how, but we did.
I don't think anything will ever beat that old Toyota with super swampers on it,
That
though.
was a good truck.
That thing would go anywhere.
I know. I wish, you know, that's exactly what a guy like Rowan needs. You know, just a small truck like that. They're hard to find and they're expensive
Oh,
now.
now if you can find one that's worth buying, it's
Yeah,
a bloody fortune.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Honestly, if I was
What
at your
age?
age now, I don't even know what I'd buy if I wanted a truck.
Yeah.
Needs a 3/4 ton.
Oh,
Yeah, he can have mine.
Doug's 3/4 ton.
Oh yeah, the little 3/4 ton there. Yeah,
That's what he needs.
yeah, definitely. Holy
Yoda.
shit. Yeah, the old Yoda. Yeah,
Does your father still do that?
he does. Yeah, the frame on it's actually in bad shape, but they're gonna get her fixed up, I guess.
Rowan should buy that from him.
What's that?
Rowan should buy that thing from him.
Yeah, really. I used to have one.
Yes, so Matthew can make a living out of getting him unstuck from places that 16-year-old boys take their trucks.
Yeah, I
Two-wheel
don't.
drive trucks.
I don't know. I had a standard, same thing. I never got it stuck that
Really?
much.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I loved it.
I'd be stuck as shit with a two-wheel drive truck.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I'm
it's so
stuck.
light. It's so light, eh? But then you can get some meaty tires for it. Standard, it was good.
Yeah.
You know, you get those vehicles, and you're like, oh well, it's time to move on. And then down the line, you friggin' miss them, man.
I'd love to
You
have
do.
my old 4Runner back
Yeah,
with the convertible top.
yeah.
I'd love to
That
have
was a
back.
great truck.
Yeah, I would
I'm-
love to have that right now. That was a wicked vehicle. Just pop the top
Well, I
off.
see-
It was neat.
What, Julian?
I seen a black step side the other day on Kijiji, and I literally thought about going and buying it. I was like, holy.
Yeah,
Two-wheel drive standard 4.8 liter V8. That thing would burn tires.
yeah.
Yeah,
Been
well,
awesome.
Just what you need,
that's
Julian.
probably what it's done for its living down there.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was in New Brunswick somewhere.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, Matt, since the last time we had a shit shooting session.
Yeah, training dogs, man. Training dogs and more dogs. Since May, I've been pretty flat out. Right now, I've only got 4. A couple of them went home, and that's how I'm going to end my season with the 4 that I got. Yeah. I've had some other people interested, and it's not that I don't want to do the business or don't want to take their dogs on, but at this point, like, I'm just so busy obedience-wise and about to get busier again that it's time for me to kind of reel back because we got some trips coming up and stuff. So.
Well, you got to take time for yourself, right?
Yeah, and the minimum that I'll take them is 2 months, anyways. Because I mean, you can't really make a difference in a month. It just doesn't. You know, the dog just kind of gets used to being there and being with you, and then it has to go home. So. Yeah. And the season's coming up and stuff. So, but it's been a good summer. I've had a really good, solid crew of dogs. They've all really challenged me, and you know, they're all in a really good spot. The last trial we're going to is in PEI at the end of August, and I've got 3 dogs right now that I'm trying to get ready for senior, and they're all right neck and neck going through the program, doing the same thing. So it's been a super good year for me as a handler to learn, because I've had 3 dogs that went through pile work, 3 dogs that went through double T, and now I've got 3 that are going through swim by. So I get to see, and you know, it's funny, like certain things, some of them can't grasp, like certain parts of double T. Like Memphis went through double T like she already knew how to do it. Yeah. And Gage, I had some trouble with him remotely taking left-hand backs for whatever reason. We got it worked out. And Rip pretty much went through it pretty good. He had a couple bad days there.
How old is Rip?
Rip is a year.
I knew it. Yeah. That's a Yellowstone dog,
guaranteed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a good dog. Yeah. Those are all Yorkton dogs. Like all the dogs I've except for Max, are Yorkton dogs. And so I've got my 2 and then those 4. And like I say, it's been a challenging summer just because they're all so high, but it's really made me step my game up. So I've really, really enjoyed it. But it's been busy. My days are long, you know. Start my day every day at the gym early, up at 4:30 and usually there shortly after 5. And it doesn't mean that it's always easy to get up at that time, but grind it out.
You adjust. It'll be good for hunting season too.
Oh, geez, yeah.
That's the thing, man. If you're used to getting up at 7 o'clock,
yeah.
Man, when you got to transition into hunting season, getting up at the crack of crow's piss, that really, that's tough.
Yeah, and it wears on you because like those dogs that I keep are 24/7 care, and so you know I work with them every day till about 1 o'clock, and then I've usually got 3 or 4 clients, and then you know you're home for supper and feed all those guys, and if the kids have activities, then fine, you do those, and if they don't, then you've got a couple hours there, and for family time, and then you're feeding them again, and before you know it, I'm in bed every night I'm in bed every night at 9, and lights out at 10 is my rule. But
it's a good routine, though.
Yeah, I mean,
you're getting the most of the daylight, right?
Yeah, and it's the only way for me to do it, because I mean, by nature, I would be a serial procrastinator. Yeah, you know. Unorganized, and like this is year 2 of me having an actual physical planner. Yeah. And if my days are planned out like that, I just feel much better. You know, I have the things that I do every day regardless, and then I have the appointments in between, and if I schedule all my time, it definitely makes me feel a lot better that way. So
I like knowing what I'm going to do and when I got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
too much on the go not to.
Been reading a lot of good books this year too, or listening to. I read, and I know. Well, I didn't read it. I listened to it. I'd like to have the physical book. I know Julien read it, but Cameron Haynes' book, it's solid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome book.
I'll have to get that, Rowan, and you should read it. I listened to it, but you should read it. And I did. Well, some of them it's good to listen to them anyway because, like David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, his audiobook's more like a podcast.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to have the physical version of that too. But
his life story is crazy.
Oh, him and Cam Haines both,
yeah,
but definitely Goggins on one side. Yeah, he's like
to go from a great big fat lazy turd to what he's done is insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I don't know how they did it.
Yeah,
Cam was never
broke leg, just taped it up and kept going.
Oh man, he's been hard on his body.
Savage.
Cam's book was really good. Like I really liked David Goggins' book, but just the fact that Cam is a hunter, it resonated with me and like I could relate with a lot of the stuff that he said.
Yeah.
Not everything, but definitely there was parts in that book that I was like, man, that's super relatable. How hard he was after he would set goals and like talking about leaving work and driving half the night to get to the trailhead and then being where he wanted to be to scout by daylight and staying in the mountains all weekend and sometimes getting home late Sunday night or just in time for work Monday morning. I'm like, man.
Yeah, he would roll out of elk camp or out of the mountains, change into his work clothes and go to work with no sleep, like friggin'.
Yeah, 2 days of no sleep, like What's that?
He still goes with no sleep. That guy's up at like 2 a.m. to run 20 miles before going to work.
He likes to run, and a lot of these guys like to run, and I know that my program lacks cardio.
I hate running.
Like I would get 25 or 30,000 steps most days, but it's not getting my heart rate up. Like my body's moving that much, but I'm not running like that. And man, it's super addictive apparently. That running.
You gotta have, what is it, type A personality or whatever, the people that like the pain and the struggle. I would never run. Like if I get no enjoyment out of it, that's why I like the mountain bike. The cardio is insane and I want to do it. I love to do it.
Well, that's the thing though. I feel like the love that you have to get on that bike, like he runs every morning, he runs on his lunch break.
Yeah.
And he probably runs in the evening too. I don't know.
He does, yeah.
If he doesn't get his 20 miles, then
he runs a marathon a day is what he runs.
Yeah.
Whether it's in a morning, noon, and evening, or just he runs literally a marathon per day.
And the guy,
that's his goal, and shoots his bow.
Yeah.
And lifts weights.
And the guy's like fit as a fiddle.
He is.
Yeah.
But like 20.
He's also on TRT.
Does he? Is he? I wondered about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him and Rogan and a bunch of those guys are on it. A lot of people are on it, but why not? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the body's 52 or 53 or whatever he is, but the mind still wants to go. Like your test levels start going down, and you can't help it.
Yeah, but that's not a lifestyle to live long. You know what I mean? Them guys get died.
That's the thing. Like there's really been nobody before them that's done what they're doing. I mean, like running a marathon a day, like he's got to be wearing out his joints.
Well, that's my thing about running. Like I sit here and I think to myself, like I could get up every morning. Like I'm already getting up.
Yeah.
Like
I could get
I could get up every morning and go for a run. Probably I could add that in there. But like I think about it and I'm like, okay, well, I could do that, but like, what's that? How's that going to affect my body? Like a lot of positive ways, I'm sure, but like, geez, over time.
And the biggest difference between running and mountain biking for me is the adrenaline rush. You don't get the adrenaline rush out of running that you do hitting jumps and going 30, 40 kilometers an hour through the woods around bank corners and over jumps and through trees and rocks and roots. And that's what it is for me. Like you don't get that from running unless maybe you're running on a cliff edge or something, but
yeah.
And it's a lot lower impact. Like your knees aren't just bang, 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 bang every day or every step. It's a lot lower impact.
Yeah.
You should buy a mountain bike and just start biking in the gym.
There you go. Yeah.
I used to bike there all the time.
Did you?
Yep.
When you lived in town?
No, when I lived right here.
Yes, sir.
Yep, I'd bike the wheeler trails out behind your subdivision. Actually, right along the field behind your house. Just pop into the subdivision, then go through the trails by Jonathan's there, down on the rail bed, along the 4-lane, cross the train bridge on the rail bed, and up over.
Huh.
It was a good bike ride.
Yeah, I dare say.
Good cardio too, real good cardio.
You don't run anymore, eh, Julien?
No.
When you did run, did you like it?
Not really.
No, eh?
It's just not fun. It's just monotonous, boring ass run.
Not fun.
Like for me personally, I've always been a person. I like adrenaline. I like to snowboard. Used to like motorbike racing and mountain bikes, and I just like the adrenaline rush. And you don't get that running really.
I like lifting weights. I like going to the gym.
Yeah.
I didn't like running. I did it.
Yeah.
For the cardio or whatever, but at the end of the day, the cardio don't make you lose weight really. Not if you don't eat right.
Yeah, you gotta eat right.
Everything.
It's more the heart health. Like, I mean, I'm 44, and my resting heart rate is like 50.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
That's really low.
As much as you're training your muscles when you're working out, like you have to also train your cardiovascular system like that. And I mean, I think
you're working your heart, lungs, everything.
If you're not actively, like when you're at the gym, or like myself, when I'm at the gym, like I'm not skipping around there, bebopping around doing cartwheels and. You know, like I go to the gym and I lift weights and I don't run around there. Like when I'm actively lifting, like my heart rate goes up. But, you know, I think you could train with cardio. Like maybe you're not doing it to slam weight off, but I think it trains your cardiovascular better.
It trains your heart. Like, and that's the thing that you don't get out of weightlifting.
I'm in the West.
Like my watch keeps track of my heart rate. I'm sitting here at 64 right now. But at the gym, on an average workout, it stays in the 80s. It might spike to 110, maybe 120 for a few seconds if I'm at the end of a lift, like deadlifts or squats or something. Mountain biking for an hour and a half or 2 hours, my average heart rate's like 140.
Yeah.
Like 144. Like that's working out your heart and your cardiovascular system.
Yeah, keeping that
to
thing.
maintain that for an hour to 2 hours is
dilating them veins.
Yeah.
Arteries.
Well, and that's the thing, since I got this watch, like keeping track of my resting heart rate. The average resting heart rate for an adult, they say, is like 60 to 80 beats a minute. Mine's are usually in the low 50s, sometimes high 40s. And they say like athletes, like high-level athletes, it's down in like mid-low 40s.
Yeah, mine's like, I don't have my Fitbit on right now, but it's pretty low.
Yeah.
Too bad you're not a high-level athlete, Wes.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't make sense, right? But it does tell you, like, your heart, if you got a good low resting heart rate, your heart's strong, like, it's getting good blood flow per pump.
Not like the mustard tiger. That's a picture of physical fitness.
Yeah.
He's athletic.
He'd eat Goggins.
I bet he'd outrun you, Julien.
Oh, maybe if you rolled him down a hill.
I'd like to see it this fall.
But that's another thing that's funny. Like,
we should.
As much as I mountain bike, like every week, if I go out and run, man, I can't run for shit. Like, I am cooked on like no time running.
Yeah, it
doesn't translate.
Or like swimming, you know.
Yeah, or if I was to go swimming, I'd make one lap across the pool and probably be half dead.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Well, regardless, good to keep yourself in shape, eh?
You know what? A really good thing. What we should have did. We're all getting older, late 30s and early 40s. Like,
except for you, Rowan.
A man should have
Take
started.
This in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A man, if he started right now at your age with some just lightweight training and mountain biking, because it's more fun, because running's stupid. It's necessary, though, to get cardio. By the time you are our age, like, you'd be like a friggin' bronze statue.
Yeah, I started to notice that. We were at school, they got the weight room now.
Yep.
And they got all kinds of stuff. Like, they got all the machines you can think of. You got everything you need to do, work every muscle in your body.
Yeah.
And we started doing that. We'd do 12 or 20 minute run every day. And then we go and do the weight room for 40 minutes.
Yeah, stay at it. You don't have to go hard when you're young, but
And
stay at it.
we did that for a long time, and I noticed with the running, my lungs, like my breathing got way better. Like my lung capacity was expanded over time, and I could run longer periods. Like I'd run 20 minutes straight, and at the start of the year, I could barely run 12.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, makes a big difference.
Yeah, you start to notice things then, eh? You build up
Yeah.
on that. I actually, last week when I was there, I actually tweaked my rotator on my right side a little.
How old are you now?
37.
37, yeah. See, you're getting to the age where you need to really start putting stretching into your weight training.
Yeah, yeah, because my bench and everything, my rack pulls, everything's gone up, and I'm like, now that I did that, like,
Burn.
He's snoring,
is he?
growling in his sleep.
Now that I did that, I'm like, my routine doesn't. And Goggins talked about that. He's like, once I got on he stretches for like 2 hours every day. Something ridiculous.
If any of you guys follow Cam Haynes' story, you watch, he does his running in the gym and in his basement, and he's got a personal trainer that's like massaging his legs. Like he's massaging his stuff, stretching. Like,
yeah, I get massages, and that works.
You need to
tissue.
do your own stretching routine. 10 minutes, man. If you take 10 to 15 minutes a day and stretch, like it's been a life changer for me because I have naturally, like, my muscles spasm bad. My back, my legs, everything, just naturally. So I got about a 10 to 15 minute stretching routine. Hold each stretch for like a minute and a half.
I'll have to check that out.
My word,
yeah,
man.
I need to do more. I do a little bit, but like man should be damn near doing yoga.
100%, man. Like 15 minutes a day, and in like 3 days, you'll notice a difference.
Exercise.
So if I miss some time, if I get lazy and go a month without stretching, I can't even touch my toes.
Yeah.
I'll stretch for 3 or 4 days, and then I can lay my hands flat on the floor.
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't.
It's crazy.
I couldn't do that. Yeah.
I paid his ass put his hands flat. There's no way.
Not right now. I've been a little bit busy with the stretching. But,
no friggin' way.
Oh, I guarantee you, man. How much money do you want to bet?
I'll be there in 2 months.
Oh, you're going to give me 2 months? Yeah. Holy shit. I'll send you a picture. How much money we putting on it?
Listen to him.
Well, yeah, I want to make money. How much?
Scared now.
Come on, put your money where your mouth is, please.
$10.
All right, $10. It's on.
$10.
I'll see where I'm at right now. It's not very good, though.
Currently, Wesley's standing up, do a stretch to the floor. Oh, we ripped the ass out of his pants.
Rowan,
your knees are bent.
Yeah, you don't stand like that.
Yeah, guaranteed. You can't friggin' get on all fours and put your hands.
I can touch the floor with my hands if I bend my knees.
Yeah.
Big old ostrich legs.
You should do what I just did.
Did you see that? Yeah, I won't get into that.
No. Obviously, he never done it.
No, I can't right now. I've been slacking on the stretching.
Yeah.
I've noticed posture with me has been a big thing. Like when I get mowing the lawn for 4 hours straight, posture gets my lower back a lot.
Well, yeah, because you're so tall. If you don't actively try to like stick your chest out and keep your shoulders back, like I'm bad like that too. My shoulders want to roll forward.
Yeah.
And you always gotta
like
kind of, you want to sit with your shoulders back.
Yeah, like
I just stand with your shoulders back.
I just had to move back here and straighten my back out because it was starting to get in my upper.
You feel like a dickhead because you're standing there with your chest popped out and your shoulders back.
Yeah,
but
that's the way it should be.
Your rhomboids and stuff in the middle of your back, all those small muscles, they'll get really weak, and man, you'll have muscle issues up there.
Yeah,
give you headaches. Like it's crazy what it'll do.
Yeah. Especially with school, like when you're sitting in a chair for 45 minutes and then you only get 5 minutes to stand up in between periods.
Yeah, you want to be sitting like this here, straight with your shoulders back.
Yeah.
And drop. Relax, but back. Not.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Stick your boobies out.
Well, Rowan, we got to bail, but we should sooner than later do another one and just talk about what we got coming up.
This has been a good talk about the regulations and then fitness.
Yeah.
Join us for the ECWM Fitness Podcast.
We did talk about dogs in there for a minute.
Yeah, we did talk about dogs, too.
We talked about fishing a little.
Speaking of dogs, how's the otter dog doing?
Good.
She's the only one left of the ECWM Gun Dog Originals.
Yeah. Otter
How old
holds
is she now?
10.
10, yeah.
Yeah, she holds the bed down most of the day. She doesn't do a whole lot. She bumbles around there, and I got to take her to the vet and get her teeth cleaned actually, because she doesn't do a whole lot of chewing. Her teeth are getting kind of bad on her there, but she's getting pretty gray, getting some lumps and bumps, and she's retaining some water there. So I don't know. I got to get her in for a checkup.
I'd really like to know how many birds she's picked up in her life.
She's got a couple. She picked up a few.
A lot.
You could average that out over
Yeah.
a good 8 years and say that it was quite a few.
We could start averaging that out with Tank, and then by the time she's his age.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's doing all right.
That's good.
She's pretty chill. Digger's doing good too.
Yeah.
He's far more active than she
How
is.
old is he?
10.
10, yeah. I thought they were both 10.
Yeah. So they're both good, but they're seniors, you know. They both got a lot of miles on, but she's definitely got a lot more miles than he does.
Yeah. He's a little more hyperactive than she is, too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Digger's pretty high, yeah.
That's good.
But
Good that she's still kicking around, though.
heck yeah. Yeah, should be around for a bit, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing worse than losing them young.
No.
Well, boys, it's been a good talk. We'll have to get together here real soon and continue on.
Yeah, great doing this again, boys. Great talking to you. Rowan, great to finally have you on. We really wanted to have you on here for quite some time.
Oh,
So
bullshit. This is the first time we thought it. We did one. Just joking.
It's one of those things. I've been listening to the podcast on when I'm working. Like if I'm cleaning the tractor out, I listen to it.
Now you're going to get to hear yourself.
now you're going to get to hear what you sound like on the radio.
Yeah.
You'll be signing autographs at school this fall.
Yeah. So on a podcast, it was actually, we should mention that however that panned out, I don't know if there was people that voted for that or what they did there, but apparently we were rated number 7
out of 35
in the top 35 waterfowl podcasts. So thanks.
I don't know how they did it, but I'll take it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, by all the people listening and downloads and
done it.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks to everybody that's sharing these and listening to them and commenting and reaching out to us. And every time we put one up, there's always a bunch of people that reach out, like personally. And
yeah, I think we need to. I think we're going to try to crank it up a little bit more. After seeing that, I think we need to put a little more effort
We'll have to
into
do up
doing
this
it.
fall when we're all up there guiding.
Yeah, instead of talking about doing it, we need to actually do it.
yeah,
Just
definitely.
Yeah.
got to make sure we make a point of doing it. We always got lots to say and lots of people we can
Well,
bring on.
and we've got in a bit of a habit too of getting together after and having breakfast and just kind of chilling out. And right after we're done scouting, and that's the time we should have that cranked on and doing our thing. Yeah. Cool, boys. Good talking to you.
Yeah.
Great to do another podcast. So be
Till
listening.
the next one.
Yeah, be listening for more, and check out our YouTube channel too. We've been putting out videos. So
Yeah, been putting out videos. Give us a like on Instagram. We still got that stupid contest going on Instagram.
like, share, subscribe, and share our contest. We got a nice Sitka bag going there.
Comment, tell us what you wanna hear. And yeah, as soon as we hit 1,000 likes on Instagram or followers, we're gonna give away that Sitka bag. So share us up, get us out there, get entered. Have a good one, boys.